Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, TKL, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. TKL and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give it to his house and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. It is Friday. It's Friday, folks. That means Seth Stokes is joining us. That means your weekend starts, I guess, the moment you get off work. Tennessee Athletics got it going on right now. Got it going on. Baseball matchup. Huge matchup this weekend. You got spring scrimmage in football right before the orange and white game next weekend. Basketball, they showing out. They just showing out. That's what they're doing. They are showing out right now. Rick Barnes is conducting another WNBA had their draft last night. Renan Davis. Shouts out to Renan Davis, Ben. Minnesota Link. But Rick Barnes is having his own draft right now. He is having a draft right now. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Seth Stokes is joining us via the Irish Networks hotline. Stokes, good morning, my friend.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful. You ready for some baseball?
Always ready for some baseball.
You ready for some baseball, man? You ready for CP? Cordell Patterson to hit the A?
Can't wait for that head to go back and then touchdowns to come.
You ready to apply to be the new social media manager of the Atlanta Falcons Twitter account?
They need it because their social media team just here's an L, here's an L, here's an L. They just collected them. And I know the Saints are the biggest rival, but leave them alone. They whooped Joe butt last year.
Yo,
stop.
Stokes, you
Our.
Yeah. Hour.
Yeah.
You part of the you're a fan, right?
Yeah.
It's your team too. It was your team when you was in the Super Bowl. Remember that week, Ben?
It's still my team.
We got a chance. Yeah, I think we gonna win. Hey man, Stokes, are you playing? He was we then. He was we then, Stokes. Stokes talking about someone, y'all, them. No, it's we. It's still we.
It'll be we again when they start acting right.
They got CP, man. They got CP.
Hey, I'm excited for special teams touchdown.
I'm gonna let you and Ben break down special teams of the Atlanta Falcons for the next 30 minutes because you are linked with the special teams master. That is Ben McKee, the master of special teams.
We're not allowed to talk special teams on the show, Stokes.
Why is that?
Uneducated people will come for your neck.
Uneducated football folks will get at you.
That's true.
Oh, I'm already crying this
People want to
morning.
hear about offense, defense, and they want to hear about the third phase of the game.
Facts.
Man, but we'll be happy when the team wins because of special teams, man. Oh, man.
And matter than
y'all like those game-winning field goals. Y'all like those punts that pin the opposition down at the 1 yard line.
Facts.
In a clutch moment.
Facts.
Y'all like those big kickoff returns, those big punt returns. Y'all love it when Cam Sutton was doing his thing on punt return.
Facts. But those plays are sexy, though.
Was scoring touchdowns on special teams.
Those are sexy plays, though. Those are sexy plays. No one likes to talk about the kicker and the punter and the holder and the gunners and the folks that hold up the gunners on the outside. No one wants to talk about that. But they like talking about the returns. The returns were set up for a reason. The returner didn't set up his own return.
No. He had blockers.
Yeah, blockers. Those are facts.
Important pieces.
Very.
You got to have sure tacklers on the coverage team to make sure you pin the opponent deep in their own territory, flip the field, in yardage, make them work for anything they earn.
Hey, Stokes, you ready?
Bring me all the special teams glory.
You are ready. You're going to get some of it this year, man. Yeah. Your Twitter game with the Falcons need improvement. How are you going to be talking trash to the rival using somebody else's success to do it?
Right. Like, who uses the and this is not a knock on the Bears.
Hey now. Don't be talking trash to the Bears.
I'm not. I'm saying any other team. Like, show this player we just got when he was playing for another team against our biggest rival in one play. In a game that our biggest rival trounced that other team. But we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Let's add some context for those that don't know what we're talking about. So, the Atlanta Falcons Twitter account, when they signed Cordell Patterson, VFL, Vol for life, recruits. You see that? CP, he's a VFL. He's in the NFL. You gotta highlight him, man. We've been there, so we gotta highlight Cordell Patterson. When he had a kickoff return against the New Orleans Saints last year with the Bears, the Falcons used that play, that highlight play, to talk trash to the Saints. They didn't make the play against the Saints, and the Falcons lost to the Saints twice last year. Who was the quarterback of the Saints during that 2-game losing streak? Stokes, you remember the quarterback of the Saints during those games?
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it Drew Brees?
No.
Who was it? I think his number's number 7 or something.
Yes.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
I don't even remember his name, honestly.
Oh, you remember his name?
No.
You sure?
Taysom Hill.
I blocked it. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I blocked his name out.
Aren't you thankful for a friend like Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Taysom Hill, man. So anyways, good weekend. Good weekend coming up, guys. Good weekend coming up. Tennessee baseball, the number 2 team versus the number 3 team. Y'all ready? I mean, I'm ready. I got my jersey on. I got my Tennessee baseball jersey. It's clean. I did laundry a couple days ago. We good. Couldn't wait to wear this on Friday. I'm ready.
Prepared.
I'm ready. It fits. I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. Ben, you good?
Always good. I can't wait to watch Tennessee Vandy this weekend. Never thought I would see number 2 Vanderbilt versus number 3 Tennessee on the baseball field, on the diamond at Lindsey Nelson. So going to kind of soak it all in this weekend. Even if it doesn't go Tennessee's way, I'm still going to soak it in because I don't know how many more of these type of series on the baseball diamond we'll have between the 2 teams.
I'm ready, man. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm bad luck though. The last time I watched on a Friday, took an L. It's Alabama.
That means you just can't watch.
Just follow it on social media. It's fine.
What you do is you go to the Tennessee baseball Twitter account. You go to notifications, click it, and you click on. That way you don't have to watch the game, and you can just get Twitter notifications sent to your phone. Tell you what's happening.
Y'all know I ain't going to be able to do that. 7 p.m., I'm watching the game. It ain't my fault.
Stokes, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What is your thought on the sports study that Falcons fans are the best drinkers of sports fans?
I agree 100%.
Of course,
Gotta
man.
have something to do.
Stokes is a drunk.
I didn't say I was a drunk. I do enjoy my adult beverages, but look, you got to do something to numb the pain.
What quantifies the best drinking sports fan base? How do you even come up with a winner?
So silly.
I have no idea. Like that, I saw that and I was like, well, okay, so we're winning at something, but how?
So silly.
Like, what are the qualifications for this? How did you determine who is the best drinking fan base in NFL? Like, what kind of survey did you send out for this? Was there a competition somewhere where Falcons fans lined up against other teams and they played some like cup pong or something? Like,
so silly.
Maybe it's because Mercedes-Benz concession stand prices are so great that you can drink so many beverages for a good price that is why the Falcons won this award.
Maybe.
But the Falcons aren't the only team that plays in Mercedes-Benz. You got to put some respect on, what is it, Atlanta FC? Got to put some respect on their name.
Yeah.
I'm just glad y'all wanted something, Stokes.
Hey, we got a W somewhere.
There it is, man.
DR Vol wanted me to ask you about it.
Hey, I'm cool with it. I'm a big craft beer guy, and when I was doing my podcast, I had a segment dedicated to beer, so I'm cool with it.
You also once did the Stone Cold Steve Austin shotgunning of 2 beers.
You did.
During a break on the Swain event. Was it during a break or was it right after the show?
It was right after the show.
In a parking lot in West Knoxville. That
at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. Mm-hmm. With very great view of one of the most busiest streets in Knoxville, Kingston Pike.
That's right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No shame.
Just beer all over shirt, just drenched. So we had a good time, man. We had a really good time.
If I'm a man of my word, if I say I'm gonna do something, if something happens and that thing happens, then I'm gonna follow through.
It was a loosey-goosey time.
What was the bet?
It was if Tennessee beat Florida, I would do the Stone Cold double beer guzzle, and Tennessee beat Florida.
Wow, that's 2016.
Yeah.
I can't believe you doubted Butch Jones.
The days. I don't know if it was so much about Butch Jones. It was just like, it ain't happening very, very long.
Now I see why Butch put you on his back pocket list, Stokes, because you always doubted him. No matter what he did, you always doubted him.
It's true.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. He deserves to be doubted.
Seth Stokes, Ben McKee, Jason Swain, Rick Barnes had his own draft yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
There's nobody in college basketball that can say they are having the off season that Rick Barnes has had. All right, guys, we know. Go ahead and say it. What about March? What about the Sweet 16? Got to throw that in there for those folks that can't mention Rick Barnes without throwing that in there. But man, what a run for Tennessee basketball. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Want to get in on the conversation? Call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or, if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue, the search is over.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Man, big time question. This might be the question of the hour. I never thought about this. ATL VFL says, big time debate in our house, and maybe Stokes can help. I asked Ben, the jersey expert. He wears the jerseys. He didn't know either. I didn't know. What color t-shirt should he wear under his cream baseball jersey? Stokes, do you know what color you're supposed to wear under your cream baseball jersey, the Tennessee one?
I'd wear orange.
Is that the only option?
That's the one that I would go to first. Other than that, maybe black.
Whew. Oh, man. A little nervous.
To me, it depends on what time of year you're rocking it. Well, you're inside right now, so you probably would not go with this. But during wintertime, I rock, if I'm rocking a jersey, it's over a sweatshirt, over a long sleeve shirt.
That's the new swag.
Yes, that is what the kids do nowadays.
That's the new drip. What about now, though?
But now I'd probably wear a white tee under. I've got some V-neck white tees that I rock under some shirts. I got my white beater that I'll rock underneath it.
I mean, it looks like you don't have a shirt on underneath it when you wear the V-neck or you wear the wife beater.
Exactly. But
if that doesn't really matter then, if you're doing that.
I guess you just not wearing one, man. You're just not wearing one, and then you have one button undone. You show everybody your belly.
No, it feels more comfortable to have a shirt on underneath.
I guess
it also depends on what type of jersey you're rocking. If you're rocking a basketball jersey, you're not gonna go completely just pure tank top, are you? You're gonna want something under there at least.
I mean, if you've been working out like you. You've been working out. You got some new tattoos. You got some baby oil on. Got your muscles looking all good. I mean, you want to show them off. So I guess you just wear a white beater underneath the basketball jersey.
I guess.
I mean, Keon gets drafted by By the Trailblazers, I might rock me a Trailblazers one. You thought I was going to say Memphis or Chicago, huh?
The Grizzlies aren't taking a guard.
You dang sure ain't going to say Hawks. You know Stokes a Hawks fan. He won't admit it, though.
Stokes is a diehard Hawks fan.
That's false. I don't like. I'll watch the NBA here and there, but I don't. That's one of those. I'll look and see what the score is on Twitter and go, "Hey, they did good," or "Hey, they're the Hawks."
John K says orange with something on it. So like, you know, an orange T-shirt or whatever, a Tennessee T-shirt with some graphics on it or whatever, and then leave the jersey unbuttoned. So John K one of them, man. He gonna have a jersey but leave it unbuttoned. He gonna wear the jersey like a sports coat. That's what John K is gonna do. Nick 615 says Ben showing off that chest lettuce with the tank top and V-neck, huh?
Better hide your wife.
We call it. Nick calls it chest lettuce. I call it taco meat.
Taco meat.
Call it taco meat. But I guess yours will be chest lettuce though, because you know you white. Your hair looks a little bit different.
Yeah, my chest hair probably looks different than you.
Yeah, mine definitely looks like taco meat. Yeah, taco meat. Yeah, a little different. All right, guys, there's your diversity class of the day.
Chest hair.
There it is. Jeffrey Moore says, ready for the hype train theme. Still stalling McKee. Stokes, you hopping on board?
I started the hype train for Tony Vitello. Jennifer, when are you going to get this through your head?
Ben actually did start it. Yeah, Ben actually has VIP on the hype train. If Tony Vitello was driving the hype train, I think Ben would have VIP. That's why Tony came on the show when I wasn't here. I think he did that. I think y'all did that on purpose.
We did.
Because Ben has always been on the Tony Vitello train. And hopefully Danny White inks Tony Vitello to an extension and we get these renovations done and we have him here for a long time, because if Tony Vitello leaves and goes somewhere else, I can see Tony Vitello taking Ben McKee with him.
Might happen.
Yep,
I can see that happening.
Not be a Tennessee fan anymore.
Yeah, I can see Tony taking Ben and making Ben part of his staff. I can see that happening, man. That's how much love and respect that Ben has for Tony Vitello, and respect that he has for Ben.
Might have to truly become Texas A and Ben, or Ellis Ben.
Yeah, he might have to. Yeah.
If Vitello ever has a day where he's feeling down, he just calls up Ben and says, "Hey, Ben, how do you feel about me?"
This is true.
Yeah.
And then I tell him how much I love him and how much I love his baseball program, and he's, "Oh, thanks, Ben. Thanks for brightening my day."
Yep. That's it. So I don't know if Swain Event gonna be able to keep Ben if Tony Vitello leaves.
I'm Tony Vitello's personal hype man.
Yep. So Ben has always been on the hype train. Rodney and Allsell says if John Fulkerson comes back, does he come off the bench? Ooh.
I say no. At least to start the season. You know, Rick likes to start those veterans, especially over the freshmen.
Until those freshmen start getting a little upset.
Correct. Or start playing better than the veterans.
Remember what you told me in the living room? Oh, yeah. Check in. What's up? My bad. We want to change the starting lineup next game. My bad.
Rick doesn't roll like that, though. In all seriousness,
he better start changing it up, because the game is changing.
I don't like. Well, I'm getting at something different than kind of what you're getting at.
Go ahead.
A lot of these 5 stars want to be guaranteed starting spots the moment they step foot on campus as a true freshman, and Rick is not willing to do that, and I am perfectly okay with him not being willing to do that. I would not do that either. I think it is bad practice to do that.
1,000%. No, 1,000%. No, I don't think John Fulkerson, who when's he announced he coming back, man? I mean, this is like the worst kept secret ever.
I know.
What's taking so long?
Maybe he's just not going to announce it.
Is he going to do a hype video, or are we waiting on a tweet or edit? Like, what are we waiting on here?
I'm sure Tennessee basketball will put something out. What's funny is he'll be 2 years younger than new assistant coach Rod Clark. Because Rod's 27, Folky's 25, I believe, 24, something like that. I don't know.
Fulkerson's old, man. Fulkerson's going to be talking to the freshmen at the lunch table. Sit down, young whippersnapper. Let me tell you about life.
You think he'll come off the bench, Stokes, or do you think he'll be in the starting lineup to start the season?
Oh, he'll be in the starting lineup to start the season, unless one of the young guys just beats him out and is clearly the better player. But Barnes does like that veteran presence on the court. He appreciates the calmness that it can bring in tough situations, and he knows that while Fulkerson had a down year last year, Fulkerson knows what to do and will make smart decisions with the basketball. Whereas sometimes a young guy who may be more talented and may play better, or maybe is a little more accurate or anything like that, might choke a little bit in a big situation early in their career. So I do think Fulkerson will start, and I could see it transitioning at some point during the season. But no, I think he comes back. He's starting. He's not going to be a bench player, at least early on.
Rick Barnes had a Bill Belichick draft yesterday where you stockpile a ton of picks and you turn around and you're like, wait a minute, y'all got like a brand new team. Where y'all got all these picks from? Man, they stockpiled them, trading folks, dealing and willing, and before you know it, they got like 14 draft picks in the same draft. Well, Rick Barnes, in the last couple days, man, he's added 6 new players. 6 new players. Let me start with the hardest name first, and Quentin DeBunje. And then you got Justin Powell, the transfer from Auburn. You got Jamon Meshack. You got Jonas Adu.
I think that's the hardest one. That last name is
Adu?
hardest to say. Because is it Adu? I've heard kind of different variations.
What's the other way?
Maybe like a I do, or I don't know.
Will he get married?
Possibly.
Like
you already butchered his first name.
Jonas. My bad, man. My bad. Jonas.
Oh, so he's like
Jakob.
Like
Jacob.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Jonas. There it is. So Jonas, and then you got Brandon Huntley Hatfield, and then you got Kenny Chandler. You got 6 new additions, and 2 of them are big men. You asked the question, Rodney did, will Fulke come off the bench? And I agree with you guys. I say no, because one of these guys I think will get the nod, but I think one of these other guys will possibly be the first one off the bench. Be the first one.
I think it'll be, to start the season, game number 1, Brandon Huntley Hatfield will be the first one off the bench.
Who you got to start in the post? This is way too early, but
I guess
still.
Never mind. I apologize. He'll be starting because you need 2 starting post players.
Yeah.
So he'll be starting next to Fulke.
Yeah.
And then I would say
Jonas.
Are we first of that group off the bench?
First post off the bench.
First post off the bench, Jonas.
Are you going Uros?
What about Olivier?
Why you starting stuff, man?
Why you starting stuff?
Why
you starting stuff but not mentioning him? He's still on the roster. He played as much as Uros last year, if not more.
Why you playing, man? Why you starting stuff?
Why you forgetting? Why you be forgetting?
I took my vitamins last night.
I mean, I think it's those 3. I mean, they'll obviously battle it out for that third post spot, and I don't know. I guess we'll see the jump that Uros and Olivier make this summer, if any. And on top of that, as we talked about yesterday, I think we talked about it on the show, kind of the word on Jonas is that he needs to become stronger. Can Garrett Medenwall get him to that point by the start of the season? If so, then he's probably the first post player off the bench.
He's 215, man. Stokes, when the last time you been 215?
It's been a while.
Man, last time I've been 215. It's been a while too. This dude is 6'11", 215. He is.
Ain't nothing to him.
Man, he need a steak sandwich.
He need a lot of them.
Yeah. So
He's
man,
gonna be on that Kyle Alexander peanut butter jelly.
Oh, yeah.
3:00 in the morning playing.
Oh, absolutely. You know, one of the coolest things about what's went down with Tennessee basketball in the last couple of days, these commitments. The coolest thing is that they commit, we get a tweet from Tennessee basketball that they have signed.
Yes.
No drama. No, I'm putting out my top 10. I'm putting out my top 5. I'm putting out my top 3. I'm committed, but I'm taking my visits. So why are you committing?
Right.
I'm committing, but I'm still open. What the hell does that mean?
That's not committing.
These football dudes be killing me, man. I'm committing, but you just never know what's going to happen. I'm still, I'm still open. Well, don't commit then if you feel that way. But we got none of that.
Edits for official visits are killing me.
Not a fan?
No.
You just mad because we ain't winning as much, Stokes. You would love it if we was winning.
I am not. Look, I am not a fan of pumping these kids up like that, or you putting out really nice edit work for announcing an official visit.
You gotta do it, man.
It ain't like the fans can come see the dude.
You gotta do it.
Like you putting it out like it's a movie poster, like come see this recruit. Official visit on campus these days. For what?
It got me because the first edit, I think I saw an edit from Taven Jackson, and I didn't see the fine print. It had the date in like June of when his official visit was, and I was like, what? For what? But this is where we are, man. We got to do things special. That's not even the worst part about recruiting. I told Ben this a couple days ago. The worst new thing about recruiting, I said, Ben, we got to research this. Who was the first school? This school deserves a penalty from the NCAA. Scholarship reductions, deduction of eval days. I'm okay with the death penalty in this case. I am open to the death penalty.
Well, in that case, Alabama was the first to do it.
I'm open to the death penalty. We need capital punishment when it comes to whoever started allowing kids that have not earned the right to go on campus and put on the entire uniform of the team that's recruiting them. Who started that? That program deserves a death penalty.
Like, why are you suiting up? You ain't playing. Why you got on shoulder pads?
Exactly. Like, it should be a privilege to put on the logo, the jersey, the helmet. You don't just put it on just because you're taking a visit. No, man, you have to commit. You have to sacrifice. You got to sign the dotted line. You don't just put it on because you're thinking about coming. It's one thing to have the jersey, sitting up in the locker room with the number on it and your name on it. They did that during my time. That was okay. But putting it on, putting the uniform on, the helmet, and that turned into daddies thinking they can get dressed. No.
Oh, my goodness.
No, Dad, you need to sit down. Your time is up. Who started that? They deserve the death penalty.
It was Alabama.
I think it was
Alabama.
They are cutting edge.
I believe it was Alabama or Georgia.
I think they are. I think they are trendsetters. I think we need to investigate that. Give them the death penalty. Get them out of here, man, because it has caused a pandemic in another way. Got dads, grandmas, moms dressing up like they getting ready to play on Saturday. No, we don't want to see that.
Yeah, Florida deserves the death penalty for just simply allowing a dad to wear the jersey.
Golly, man. That's the part of recruiting that I despise. The part of the new recruiting. But
looking like the uncle from Tyler Perry's House of Pain.
Exactly.
Sit down somewhere.
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown. You ain't Mr. Brown. Sit down.
Mr. Brown. The bell bottoms on in the bright busy button-up shirts. Anyways, but that's what I like about the basketball recruiting over the last couple of days, man. We get the commitment, boom, they sign.
Mr. Brown, a.k.a. Rodney at Ostel.
You ain't right. Rodney about to come for your neck. Get ready. He heard you. And it's not like he hasn't heard that before.
Well, how fast Rodney going to get here with that torn ACL you gave him?
It's healed now. It's healed now. He's okay. All them black friends Rodney got, you know his black friends told him the day Mr. Brown came out. The season premiere of that show, people was texting Rodney, man, you look just like Mr. Brown. You know that?
Are you Mr. Brown?
Yeah, Rodney knows
tell
that.
us you got into acting.
He's heard it many a times. ATFL says, I heard we may get Tamba to reclassify this year. Man, you only got one.
Possibility.
Got one basketball.
Not a great possibility. What would you two do with the 2 open scholarships left? I mean, Tennessee's pretty emphatically addressed both of the needs. I would go out and add another wing player that can shoot.
I ain't taking no chances. Exactly. I want fights at practice because guys are trying to get on the basketball court. I want what Baylor had. Baylor had they was 9-10 deep.
Yes.
They can substitute all 5 if they wanted to at times. I want what Baylor was able to do.
Yeah, but how? In what way are you going to? Like, are you going
what
to
positions?
get yes, what position?
Shooter. I need a shooter.
Yep. So you're comfortable with the post. You're comfortable with John Fulkerson, 2 true freshmen, one of which had to reclassify and would technically be a senior in high school, and Olivier and Urosh as the other 2.
I need a transfer in the post. I need some experience.
But here's real quick. What experienced, worthy big man is going to find Tennessee's current post attractive? Because it doesn't look like there's going to be many minutes to offer. I would imagine if you go out and add a transfer post, it's going to be somebody like E.J. Anasicki. You're not going to be able to go out and get a Kerry Blackshear type.
You need someone that understands that you're not going to play all the minutes, but you can play the role of the reserve big man that Baylor had. That's what we need you to do. I think we need some more post presence because you just don't know what the freshmen are going to do and how they're going to react and how they're going to start. And then I think you always continue to get shooters. So I think you need a shooter. I think you need some more beef in the post just in case, man, because the thing about young players, yeah, they're talented, and there'll be times they'll be swatting people's shots and showing athleticism, but the mental part of the game of staying out of foul trouble, remember Keon Johnson? Sometimes he was just so athletic, but he was reckless, and he would pick up fouls where the experienced player would just really crafty and bait Keon into fouls. You need someone smart that can stay out of foul trouble and just in case, or go in just in case some of our young players get into some early foul trouble. So those high school players they're playing against, are they understanding how to jump into the defender going to the basket? Because the highlights I saw of Jonas, he just blocking folks' shot. There's no real threat, anyone driving the lane, getting to his body, drawing fouls. But he's going to face that in college. Is he able to avoid getting an early foul in trouble? And so if he's not, you got to be able to have someone that can come in. So I would go transfer post player, and I would go another shooter. A person
Matt McClung?
Hey, man. I like me some Matt McClung now. ATL VFL says we need a big guy like the Missouri big man.
Xavier Tillman.
Yeah.
You know, Urosh and Olivier, they'll be juniors. Experienced.
We need some more.
I wonder what Olivier and Urosh will do. Folky coming back. 2 big-time recruits coming in at their position. I wonder if we'll see them on the roster in the fall.
Big Dan, nothing like turning to the Swain Event and hearing old man complaining hour, laughing my A off.
That's what happens when we get Stokes on.
He is the oldest. He is the oldest.
Slightly, by a couple months.
Come on, man. Y'all know that part of recruiting is annoying. It ain't just old man hour. That part is annoying when all the kids are able to wear uniforms by just showing up to an unofficial visit. Just visiting, you get to put on the uniform. Come on, man. It ought to mean something. Come on, man.
It takes away the meaning of actually wearing the jersey.
Come on, man. I don't sound too old. Go look at that thread. Go look at that thread of Eric Westmoreland and myself, Jabari Davis, Carlton Neal, all the former players when the picture was put out of the 2004 fall camp where we practiced on Lindsey Nelson. Go look at that thread. You want to go see some old man complaining. Go look at that thread. That's a thread for the ages right there. That is a thread for the ages. Robbie says, what do y'all think of the possibility of the NCAA implementing the fourth foul into the game?
Sixth foul.
When I say fourth, I'm looking right at six. Sixth foul.
It's that Grissom math.
I must be, man. Still better than Buckhorn.
I got my degree. Thank you very much.
But dude, that ain't saying much. Getting your high school diploma.
Shut your mouth.
Just showing up, you should be able to get that. But what do we think? What do we think about the sixth foul into the game? The possibility.
What's the
I think it's
point?
okay the way
Why?
it is. I'm cool with the fifth foul.
I like it because you can't trust these stupid refs. These refs are terrible. They're sorry. Butt booty terrible.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, I look at the length of the game. The NBA game is not just 40 minutes, and they have six fouls. So, you know, the college game is 40 minutes. I think it matches up well. So I don't have a problem with it.
Well, what about this aspect? It may be 48 minutes, 8 more minutes, but they are professional players. These aren't professional players. Maybe they deserve an extra foul. I'm cool with a sixth foul because of how terrible these refs are.
That's where I'm on.
If we had a sixth foul this past season, Josiah Jordan-James doesn't have to ride the bench in the Alabama game in the SEC tournament, and maybe that's the difference in Tennessee winning and not losing by a point because Devontae Ticket Gaines missed 2 free throws. I'm cool with it.
Okay. I'm cool with it too. I'm not going to debate.
I don't really care
much.
one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it don't.
But I'm cool with it.
I don't have a burning passion about that debate. To be honest, I don't really care.
Do you, Stokes?
No, I mean, I'd rather see better refs.
Yeah, how can we do that?
Yeah, like let's get to the root of the problem. If you're gonna give a six foul because officiating's so bad, let's just get better officiating.
All right, here's a question. We got about 10 minutes left in the hour. Tennessee basketball causing a little bit of a ripple in the game. Nationwide, folks are paying close attention to what Tennessee has done in the offseason. Tennessee football added 2 commitments. Spring game is next week. Are you more excited? Are you looking forward more to the start of football season or basketball season?
Ooh.
And I ask that because for some of us, not all of us, some of us, the sport attracts us because we like one sport over the other. But for some of us, man, the players get our attention. I remember when, we got Keon Johnson and Jaden Springer. I was like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see these guys perform. Can't wait to see what they do. Or how about the times when you get a big-time football commit, like when we got Jalen Hurd. I couldn't wait to see Jalen Hurd play in the spring game and compete in the spring when he signed as an early enrollee in 2014. So sometimes you get players that commit, that join your team, and that's the reason why you are excited for the start of the season. So we got some new players, the football program. We got some new players with the basketball program. Basketball guys are a little bit more high profile and highly ranked. So We know football comes before basketball, but basketball is right around the corner, man, from the start of football season. Like, what, a month and a half away difference? So which sport, man, which team you looking forward to the most for the season to start, football or basketball?
Personally, I think I'm looking more forward to basketball, just because while I like the sport of football more, I'm really excited for what Rick Barnes is doing on the recruiting trail and seeing it translate in a more normal type of year on the court, and seeing if he can kind of shake off some of these haters and naysayers. And honestly, like it's a little much on social media with the hate that Barnes gets. I'm excited for football season, but I have no real expectations for this team this year at all. Like I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is, but I know I'm gonna end up probably pissed off more than I am happy. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward more to basketball.
Yeah, I'm with Stokes. I'm looking forward more to this particular basketball team than I am this particular football team. If both teams were equal in terms of talent and ability and expectations, if Tennessee was the 10th best football team going into the season and Tennessee basketball was the 10th best basketball team going into the season, then I would say football, because I like SEC football, college football more than I like SEC basketball, college basketball. But that's not the case. It's not going to be a fun football season, I don't think. I'm not even going to go into why it's not going to be a fun football season. It's not going to be a fun football season, and we know why. It should be a fun basketball season. There's as much talent as we've seen on a Tennessee basketball roster going into the season as we've seen in a long time. So I'm excited for Tennessee basketball more than I am Tennessee football, just because of, like, with basketball, there's a real chance of success, and you can win the SEC. You can potentially make a run in March. Tennessee football is going to be fighting to get to a bowl game, and it's going to be viewed as a big success for Josh Heupel if he makes it to a bowl game, at least if he gets to the record in which he can get to a bowl game. And then even if he gets to that record, 6 wins, then he probably won't be able to participate in the bowl game because of the self-imposed bowl ban that will more than likely come down at some point over the summer. So just because of where each program currently is, I'm more excited for Tennessee basketball.
Man, I am so sick of every 3 years it'll be considered a success if Tennessee gets to a bowl game. Like, I hate that we have to keep hitting the damn reset button.
Yep.
It sucks.
No, it does. No, it really does, man. But, you know, we were speaking a little bit about this yesterday, like, what are, like, reasonable expectations for Josh Heupel recruiting-wise? Because, you know, folks are already, you know, I don't know if he can recruit. If you can develop relationships and you care about people, then you'll be able to recruit. You know, at the end of the day, you'll be able to recruit. Tennessee has consistently been in the top 15 and 20 in recruiting classes, been in the middle of the pack or top third of the pack in the SEC. Hype will be able to recruit. You know, he's hamstrung, and so that might play into it. But you have people who just like football more than I like basketball, and they'll say football, and that's fine. I respect that. But there's folks that just like new. Like when you get a new pen, like a new ballpoint pen, oh man, you get so excited. Or a new, and maybe I'm just speaking from someone that's older. You appreciate the little small things. Or man, what about you get that new car air freshener, a new hat, a new pair of socks, a new pair of drawers, just new, just. People, you just get excited about new, the smaller things now. And 75%, maybe, give or take, of the basketball team is new. Ben, you were talking about how 3 dudes on the team was at Dead End Barbecue a couple days ago. And I was like, so the whole team was there? because you had so many folks that have left. You got 6 new additions to this basketball program. So I'm so intrigued by all this newness, and they're talented basketball players that 3 or 4 might have a chance to play at the next level, the next year or 2. So I'm really excited to see kind of what they put out. Here's what I will say about football. Till about October the 2nd, that window, October the 2nd, October the 16th, is going to be crucial for me. Because Tennessee plays Bowling Green first, Pitt second, Tennessee Tech, the Gators, and then the 2nd of October, you play Missouri. These are all games where are going to be very important in keeping the interest of Tennessee fans. Because if you don't show that you can do something in these games, you might lose folks when it comes to this stretch of October the 9th, South Carolina, who I think is just like us. They may be a little bit better talent-wise, but they not in great shape. And then you got Ole Miss on the 16th. And then you got Alabama, 3rd week in October. And then you have off Kentucky, Georgia, back-to-back, and that's going to be a tough stretch. But I just think it's important for Tennessee between September the 4th and October the 2nd with this offense, because I see the text box, and, you know, I think this is Rodney saying the offense is exciting. He's excited about the offense. And that's where I am. When Josh Heupel comes on the show, man, like, this offense is so exciting, so intriguing, because Josh Heupel didn't always have this philosophy that he uses now. He didn't always have it. Somewhere along the line, Heupel was like, hey, man, I'm going to go faster than everybody in the country.
Here's my thing, though. As great as that sounds, how exciting is it going to be to watch this offense without a potential quarterback who can run the offense?
We'll have one.
Will we?
Yeah, we'll get one. We'll have one. We'll either get one, have one, develop one. There'll be somebody.
I'm sorry, what was that? What was that stutter?
That's me trying to think of a solution for the quarterbacks.
I am excited about the newness of Tennessee's offense. I am. That is the one thing I am excited about with Tennessee's football team is the newness with the offense. I'm excited to see the up-tempo, and like I've already seen it in practice and whatnot, and we'll see it at the spring game next Saturday. But in a game against another opponent, what does the hype speed look like? What do the splits look like, and how the receivers can take advantage of those wide splits? But just because it's a new offense doesn't mean that there's new talent. So even though it's a new offense, the offense may not look great just because he hasn't been able to get his players in and develop those players just yet.
Yeah, there's new talent, but it barely makes a dent into the roster. Like, it barely has an effect over the roster, where in basketball, the new talent, man, it's going to account for, 75% possibly of the roster. Stokes, man, I'm going to get with you later on the day, my friend. Man, it's 8 o'clock, man.
It is. This hour's flown by.
I know it, man. Big weekend of sports. Tennessee, Vanderbilt starting tonight, 7 p.m. Got a scrimmage tomorrow in football. Stokes, man, appreciate the time. I'll get with you a little bit later today. And it's always good to catch up with you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking forward to next week, brother.
Sounds good.
Guys, next one.
Sounds good. Hour 2 is coming up. Hour 1 was brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, got a lot of good stuff here in the text box. And this is what's so great about the text box and about people in general. There's so many different opinions here. There's so many different feelings from our conversation. I can't wait to read them off to you. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 2 coming up.
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup, or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
At Hiller, we care about your family's comfort all year long. If you get caught without air conditioning this summer, we're offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work on your HVAC system. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Big shout out to Dead End Barbecue. Huge. Big shout out. My kids was happy. Everybody got a little Dead End yesterday. Had a good old time over there at Dead End yesterday.
Man, I had dinner on Thursday, dinner at Dead End on Wednesday night, and then turned around and had lunch. My very next meal at Dead End. Once again, my in-laws are in town, and we went Wednesday night for dinner, and they were very pleased. Father-in-law got the Bernie Mac, and he was thrilled with the burnt ends. Mother-in-law got the tachos. She loved the tachos. I got the Mac Attack. I actually got brisket on my Mac Attack for the first time, and it was absolutely delicious. I will never not get brisket on the Mac Attack. I'd always gotten pork and tasted great, but I love brisket, so I wanted to try it with brisket, and it was just tremendous. So whenever I get the Mac Attack, it will never not be without some brisket on there. It was so good, and turned around and got the Bernie Mac the next day.
Oh yeah, man. That's Chris Lofton's go-to right now too, man. The Bernie Mac. We got a chance to break bread yesterday, and I got the wings, and I wonder why Chris was over there looking at my plate like that. Because after lunch, he was like, man, he texted me, he's like, I gotta get those wings next time. They good, man. They good. They really good. So I had the wings. You guys had the Bernie Mac. Chris had to. Somebody at the table had to get dessert.
When your youngest absolutely destroyed our sausage and cheese plate.
I told y'all she was gonna do it. I told y'all.
She messing up the proportions.
Man, she don't care about your ratio. So the sausage and cheese plate, there's smoked sausage cut up, there's sliced cheese, and there's pita rounds. And there's the same number of pita rounds as they are cut up sausages and pieces of cheese. And you eat them together. And I'm not like super OCD or anything, but when it comes to that, I believe that if you take a piece of sausage, you should take a piece of cheese and a pita round to keep the ratio the same. My youngest didn't care.
Not at all.
She just was eating a sausage. So you turn around and there's like 3 pieces of sausage left and 8 pieces of pita and 23 pieces of cheese. I'm like, man, what? Sweetie, you want some pita? Nope. You want a piece of cheese with it? Nope. I'm good with this sausage. I'm good with the smoked sausage. I'm good. I'm good to go. So we had a good old time, man. Touchdown or turnover. Backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. Tennessee baseball this weekend playing up against arguably the best program in America. Slipped up against Georgia. Lost that series. Will Tennessee be swept against Vanderbilt this weekend? You have a matchup tonight, 7 p.m., and then tomorrow at 4, and then Sunday at 1. Ben, Vanderbilt, I'm pretty sure, has been put on alert after losing to Georgia. Sure, we will not see their performance against Georgia duplicate against us. Do you think Tennessee will be swept?
I do not. I do not think Tennessee will be swept. I would be surprised. That would be the one result that I would be surprised about this weekend is if either team got swept. I would be surprised if Tennessee sweeps Vandy because that means they somehow won the game that Jack Leiter was pitching in. I just don't see them winning Saturday. That's the game that Jack Leiter will start, and it's nothing against Tennessee. It's just Jack Leiter is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. One of the most dominant college pitchers we've ever seen, and he is going to be a professional for a very, very long time. And there's been a lot of Vanderbilt baseball players to leave Vanderbilt and go play professionally. Nobody has a higher floor, has a guaranteed rate of success at the next level than Jack Leiter. I mean, he's just ridiculously good. So nothing against Tennessee on Saturday. He's just unworldly. He is just ridiculous. But I would be surprised if either team got swept. I think Tennessee definitely wins the Sunday game, and if that is the game that they have to win to avoid being swept, then obviously that puts a little pressure on them going into Sunday, because that means obviously they would have lost Friday to Kumar Rocker, Saturday to Jack Leiter, and then Sunday kind of the pressure falls on them to not get swept. But I think this team punches back in the face of adversity. That's the one thing that this team has going for them, and it's the reason that they have a chance to win this weekend regardless of the talent on the other side of the field is that they just find ways to get the job done. They don't smash a million homers. They don't have the highest batting average. They don't have the most talented pitchers in the league. They don't have the deepest bullpen, but they just find a way to get it done. They're gritty. They'll punch you in your face even when you think that you have them cornered and when you think that you have them down for the count. They fight back, and they always find a way to win the baseball game. So that's why Tennessee has a chance to win the series this weekend, and I would be absolutely stunned if this Tennessee baseball team got swept, just because they're too resilient. They're not afraid of Vanderbilt. They're not going to be afraid of Vanderbilt, which they shouldn't, because they're a good baseball team as well. But I think they'll definitely win the Sunday game. Vanderbilt's been trying to search for that third starter to go along with Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker, and Vanderbilt's also a little banged up going into the weekend, so that could play a role as well. Vandy's had a little bit of the same issue that Tennessee has had, and that's leaving runners on base. And then Blade Tidwell will be pitching on Sunday, and he's Tennessee's pitcher with the best stuff, probably Tennessee's best pitcher, even as a freshman, definitely has the best stuff. So I think Tennessee at least wins Sunday's game.
That's one thing I like about baseball, man. I like that phrase.
Stuff.
Yeah, man. A pitcher having stuff. Surprised we don't hear more quarterbacks being referred to as having the best stuff. He just has the best stuff throwing the football.
I guess it's the same thing as having it, just in baseball. It's stuff. He just has that. His stuff is just really good.
Do you refer to a baseball player as having that dog?
Yeah, like Kumar Rocker Kumar Rocker is a dog. Like, he is going to come at Tennessee tonight. He is going to attack Tennessee. He is going to attack Tennessee. And even like last week when he got popped, when he got hit around against Georgia, I think he gave up 4 home runs. Maybe it was 3. It was 3 or 4 home runs that he gave up. He had given up 2 all season going into the game, and then gave up 3 or 4 last Friday night to Georgia. Actually, it was last Thursday. But other than those homers, like, he got everybody else out. Georgia just happened to get the big hits against him, but I think he struck out 10 of the 12 other batters that he faced, and he goes deep into games and, like, refuses to come out of the game when Tim Corbin comes to get him. Tim Corbin will try to come and pull him earlier than he's okay with, and Kumar will just, no, I'm not coming out of this game. You turn around and go right back to the dugout.
Wait. So, I mean, does Tim Corbin, like, comply, just turn around, or he just like, come on now, I'm the manager here, I'm the boss here, I'm the coach?
It obviously depends
what happens
on the situation, and this is something that you see frequently across baseball as a whole. It's just not a Kumar Rocker thing, and it's something that you want to see from your pitcher. You don't want your pitcher to ever lead the game. Tennessee actually went through this with Chad Dallas at Alabama. Chad Dallas was not happy with Tony Vitello for how early he pulled him in the game, and Tony said that in a respectful way, Chad let him know about it, and so it just depends on the circumstance. Like Jack Leiter, he threw his no-hitter, and then he was on the verge of throwing it back-to-back no-hitters, but because his pitch count was so high in his second potential no-hitter, after throwing a ton of pitches in his first no-hitter.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, he understood and didn't put up much of a fight. Tim Corbin's looking out for his future.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends on the situation, and obviously the coach has to go with a gut feeling, and if he feels like he can trust Kumar, then he'll keep him in there. And I imagine some of that is just trying to see where Kumar's head is at as well. But you want to see your pitcher doing that.
Yeah. No, I understand. No, you do want a little bit of pushback, man. You do.
Yes.
You do. I mean, it's just like, you see a coach trying to sub out a basketball player who maybe, had a turnover or maybe picked up his second foul. And depending on if you can trust that player or not, that player is like, no, I want to stay in. But that kind of shows you that, man, that player has some pride, man. He has some pride about his play. He just He's just not okay with just going to the bench. So, no, I'm gonna go turnover, man. I don't think Tennessee is going to be swept. I don't have a long explanation of why, like you, but I think Tennessee will win. Now, last touchdown turnover we did with Tennessee baseball, winning the first game.
I was wrong.
I was right.
You were right.
I was right. So
maybe we need to go opposite. Maybe I need to say that Tennessee is going to get swept, so Tennessee doesn't actually get swept.
This is a lose-lose for you, Ben, because if you do that, then Ben ain't on the hype train more. He's it's Vanderbilt. Oh, he's doubting. So
no, I don't think Tennessee gets a sweep. I don't think Tennessee wins the series. Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter are just out of this world, and I realize that Kumar lost last Thursday, but I would be surprised if he gets hit around like that back-to-back outings. He's just not that type of guy. And I don't care if y'all make fun of me on the text box or whatnot, but Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter are exciting to watch, and I cannot wait to watch them in person. Hopefully they don't have a ton of success and Tennessee still finds a way to win, but these are like once-in-a-generation type of pitchers, and it's pretty remarkable to say with them being at Vanderbilt because of the pitchers that Vanderbilt has produced, but these dudes are just different. Kumar Rocker, he's considered somebody who could go down as the greatest pitcher of all time if his major league career goes the way that some think it will, and Jack Leiter may be even better. He's better right now. Kumar's kind of got the potential thing in his bag. So I don't care if y'all make fun of me. I'm excited to watch them pitch in person. Hopefully Tennessee can get to them and scratch a couple runs off. But I love watching once-in-a-generation type of athletes, and that's what those two are.
Hitting up the text box, because that's what I promised I was going to do before the last break. John K. says, pitchers are fragile. Can't mess with the mental juju.
That's true.
Fallstorm says, Swain didn't even know baseball existed till this year. I knew. You see him over here teeing Ben up. Baseball's winning. I like winners. Mark says, Tony said one of the best pitchers in the nation will be there this weekend. He's referring to recruiting.
I believe he is referring to Jack Leiter.
Tramel from chat says, the higher floor. I like that analogy, Ben. ATL VFL says, why did Rocker and Leiter not go straight to the majors?
That is a question that I do not know the answer to. They were both. I know Rocker was likely going to be a first-round pick, but if you're Kumar Rocker and you can go to Vanderbilt, who has a great track record of putting guys in the league, you can go develop at Vanderbilt for 3 seasons, or you can go play in little old rookie ball and Class A ball and boring minor league baseball for 3 years before you get to the major leagues. I feel like some pitchers believe that the college route gets them quicker to the big leagues rather than going through the minor league system. So
they don't want to play for the Smokies at one point and live in Knoxville?
No.
Or the Trash Pandas and live in your hometown, our hometown, Huntsville, Alabama?
Well, the Trash Pandas play in Madison, Alabama.
It's still Huntsville.
That's Madison, Alabama.
It's still Huntsville, man.
Just like Reggie Ragland went to high school in Madison, Alabama.
Hey, man. It's Madison, Alabama is equivalent to like Maryville, Alcoa. It's about 10 minutes.
But people from Maryville say they're from Maryville, not Knoxville.
Yeah, well, they say that to people who are also from Knoxville. When they go out of town and people ask them where they're from, they say Knoxville because they ain't got time to be explaining where Maryville is. Well, let me pull out my map and show you exactly. It's about approximately 10 miles away from the exit. No, man, just say you're from Knoxville. Just like people from outside of Atlanta, they don't be explaining, well, technically I'm from Tucker, Stone Mountain. You from Atlanta, whatever. All right, back to the text box. Florida Vol fan says turnover. Vols win series 2-1. VFL 16 says had that in finally for lunch on Tuesday. The Bernie Mac skillet with extra burnt ends on the side. Best burnt ends I've ever had. T Money says, did Ben pick up the tab for the in-laws?
You know how father-in-laws be. They don't let you.
That's right. That's right. You got to let them pay for it. Kentucky Vols excited to see an offense that I hope doesn't run 3 plays and then punt. And on 3rd and long, actually try to make it. Yeah. Sometimes you're going to have to punt it, though, on 3rd and long and, play conservative on 3rd and long and play the field position. But I understand what you're saying, though. Man, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Come on now. Let's run at least a go route or a curl route or a dig. Let's at least try to get it sometimes. You got to be aggressive. You got to pick and choose your times. CJ Vol says intangibles are not factored into the star rating of a player, obviously. Yes. Not all the time. But intangibles are accounted for. I mean, these recruiting services and these evaluators, they look at that stuff too, if they have that information about a player. Sometimes they don't have that information about the intangibles. Big Dan says, I'm dreading this football season, but I am excited for basketball again. Kennedy Chandler is going to be fun to watch. For sure. For sure. Vol fan says we have a lot of talent in basketball next year, but it will be very young talent. We have to remember that when watching them, it takes time to develop chemistry. When you look at teams like Gonzaga and Baylor, they were very old and mature teams. That Baylor team looked like a bunch of grown men. That is usually what translates into success in the tournament. For sure, recently, man, we've seen the experienced teams, even the teams that we've never heard of or the Cinderella teams, usually those teams are the ones who are experienced. So we'll see what Rick Barnes does with this roster and how he hopefully can try to speed up the clock. Maybe these guys are mature. Maybe they are developed more than normal true freshmen mentally. I think when you go to prep school, you kind of get a little sense of more than high school what the college regimen is about. And you're around other guys who are really, really good too. You get some structure. So hopefully that'll help. But that's a really good point by you, Vol fan. Always Vol says Eckler just called and said for Ben to go out there, get out of here with that cold chili. That was at 7:55.
Well, tell Eckler to start getting some more recruits in here and start winning some games, and everybody's chili will be hot.
No, that's right. Tina R says, I'm more excited for football. That's my sport. See, that's a really good reason there, man. Some folks just like football more than basketball, and I understand. Nate the Great says, I look forward to basketball at this point just because I like to watch the better product. I love football. It's my sport, but watching a mediocre product isn't what I care to do. Rodney says the football because of the offense, so he's more excited about football. I think Rodney's just mad at basketball, man, that he took that L at the Y. He's just mad at the entire game.
But what about Tennessee basketball's offense with Kennedy Chandler running the point and kicking it out to Justin Powell and kicking it over to Brandon Huntley Hatfield? John Fulkerson doing that thing that he does.
What is that?
Just being John Fulkerson. You can't explain being John Fulkerson. It just is what it is. It be what it be, and it ain't what it ain't.
I would like to see a little bit of a wrinkle. I like to see a little bit more of us running, and I like to see some moments when Kennedy Chandler is able to say, all right, 4 down, I got it. And take his guy off the dribble. I understand having movement, playing in motion offense, being within the system. But I think when you look at Baylor, when you look at Alabama this past year, Auburn, their run 2 years ago, I mean, open it up sometimes and just let guys do that little thing they do. And certainly Kennedy Chandler can do that. I want to see the offense run a little bit more and have a little bit more freedom, but the players have to earn that type of freedom to have a coach like Rick Barnes, who's been successful doing what he's been doing, but he's been doing it a long time, to kind of loosen up the reins a little bit with the offense. But a guy like Kenny Chandler can certainly do that, man. He certainly can do that. So I want to see.
That's when he's at his best, when he's running. So Rick Barnes would be doing his team a disservice and doing Kennedy Chandler a disservice by not allowing him to get out and run.
Yeah. 865-255-03. Josh Heupel, head football coach, Tennessee, will join us here at 9 a.m. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses. It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or, if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. Time for Around the SEC today. But first, Hiller is giving away free vacations for you and your family this month with every purchase of a new whole home generator or a new select HVAC system. Hiller's going to give you a free week-long vacation. They'll even give you $100 for your gas by giving you a gas card. Now, if you get a new tankless water heater, Hiller's going to give you a free long weekend vacation. So generator, HVAC system, week-long vacation. Tankless water heater, weekend vacation. You can choose from 400 Marriott, Wyndham, Hilton, or Hyatt hotel properties. HappyHiller.com for more details. Happy you'll be, or the service is free. I drive around Knoxville all the time. I always see that big old yellow smiley face, man, whether it's on a road or in a driveway, a neighbor's house. So the smiley faces all over the state of Tennessee, and they are official sponsors of the University of Tennessee Athletics. So
and the Swain Event.
And the Swain Event for sure. All right, around the SEC, Ben, what we got today?
LSU All-SEC freshman selection Cameron Thomas has made his NBA draft decision. He will be declaring for the NBA draft and intends to sign with an agent. He was named to the All-SEC freshman team, averaging 23 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. USA Today named Thomas the SEC's newcomer of the year. According to LSU, only 3 players in program history averaged more points per game during their debut season for the Tigers. Pete Maravich, as a sophomore, averaged 43.8 points per game.
Best SEC basketball player of all time, arguably.
Yeah, but he ain't putting up 43 a game in today's era.
No, man. I don't think we're going to see that again. Whew.
No, he would not be doing that in today's game. And then Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, as a freshman in 88-89, averaged 30 points per game, 30.2. And then a guy named Bob Pettit averaged 25.5 as a sophomore in 51-52.
So you didn't have to say Abdul Rauf. You could have just said Chris Jackson, because technically he was Chris Jackson at LSU. He changed his name when he left LSU. So you making your job harder there.
Yeah, I'm aware of who Mahmoud Abdul Rauf is.
Man, one of the greatest scorers ever.
Yes, but I'm not up to date in my Mahmoud Abdul Rauf trivia, especially during his time at LSU.
He was a bucket. He was like Cam Thomas, man. Guard.
Did he play any defense?
Cam don't play no defense.
No defense.
I think Chris Jackson played a little bit more defense, but
Chris
man, he was a
Jackson.
bucket. He was a bucket. Did I say Johnson? Chris Jackson.
No, you said it right. I just
Okay.
think it's funny that you're avoiding saying Abdul.
Because he was Chris Jackson at LSU.
I know. The other SEC basketball news. This is from a little bit earlier in the week. Arkansas's Eric Musselman has finalized a contract extension through the 2025-2026 season. The deal is worth over $4 million annually. So Eric Musselman gets a well-deserved raise.
I really want to dislike everybody and hate everybody, especially now that Tennessee athletics or Tennessee football is kind of where it is. Man, I found myself being a really bitter sports fan. But Musselman is really hard to not like.
I like Musselman.
Yeah, I do too. I like him.
We have some rule changes to discuss. First, I will mention that according to a report, the NCAA Division I Council has approved one-time transfer with immediate eligibility for athletes.
Yeah, that happened this week. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. It's a topic on every sports show. Buckle up, everybody. Buckle up, everybody. There's going to be some rules that will be developed to try to stop the abuse of this new rule, because people are going to abuse it. So be looking forward to some new rules that's going to hit. NCAA said they're going to get to monitoring IP addresses to make sure that the transfer portal password is not shared with other folks. I hope these young men have a plan. I just hope everyone understands the entire picture here. I hope high school prospects understand what's going on too. I hope student athletes understand and they're educated about what's going on. Because for high school players, man, you really better get on your game. You really better have a sense of urgency, because there's going to be coaches who may decide to take less of high school guys who they have to develop more physically, mentally, emotionally, and say, I'd rather go take a college player that has 3 or 2 more years than taking a high school player. And that just means less opportunities for those high school players, maybe at this level. So everybody wants to go D1. Everyone wants to go SEC, ACC, big time. Well, these big time schools are paying their coaches big time money. And if I'm a coach and my job is questioned or in question, and I I'm under pressure of winning, I would rather win with guys who are a little bit more mature, a little bit more physically developed than having to rely on a freshman. So I just hope that everyone understands what's happening. And for those transfers, you transfer, you want to get in the portal, you better make sure you have a plan, because there's not enough spots available for the amount of people that's in the portal too. So I just hope everyone understands kind of what's going to take place.
Absolutely. Before we get to Don, I want to run through these possible college basketball rule changes. There's a good bit, so I'll run through them, and you make a mental note of one that you would like to discuss if there is one.
Okay.
Widen the lane to 16 feet. Reset team fouls at the 10-minute mark of each half and begin double bonus on the 5th team foul of each 10-minute segment. This would eliminate the 1-and-1 free throw. Allow laptops, tablets, or similar devices in the bench area for coaching purposes. We talked about the 6-foul rule. There are some provisions, 4 different options for the 6-foul rule. A player may not commit more than 3 personal fouls in any one half. If so, disqualification for that half. A player may commit 3 personal fouls in the first half and 3 in the second half. In this case, the player is allowed 6 fouls before being disqualified. A player may commit 2 personal fouls in the first half and would be disqualified on his 4th personal foul in the second half.
It's too much math.
I know, way too many provisions.
Too much math, man.
A player may commit 0 or 1 personal in the first half and then would be disqualified on the player's 4th in the second half. Award possession of the ball to the defense when they create a held ball situation. Limit the number of timeouts that may be called by any one team in the last 2 minutes of the second period or of any overtime. In the last 2 minutes of the second period or of any overtime period, allow instant replay review of potential shot clock violations when the shot is unsuccessful. Eliminate the 10-second backcourt rule. Permit the use of instant replay on all basket interference goaltending calls throughout the game. Yes, implement that one.
Yep. Because
we've seen that messed up.
Man, it don't matter if it's inside 2 minutes or not. We're talking about a point, and if a point is in question, it needs to be corrected. Like, it needs to be 100% sure. Anytime there's a touchdown and there's a question of whether or not a player gets over the goal line, they're going straight to the booth, man. They're finding out because that point could be the difference in a win or a loss. So, yeah, absolutely, man. That, for me, that's the most important one. That's the most important one. I don't care about the tablets and the devices on the sideline. This ain't NFL, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning trying to make adjustments, in between drives. I don't care about that. I think the fouls and the half, I think we're just doing too much there. If you're gonna do 6, do 6.
Just give them 6.
Just do 6 or not. Why don't they just go to quarters? Why are they not going to quarters?
I don't know. The women's game has quarters, and
everybody's doing quarters.
It's been pleasant. I've got 3 more, and this one really intrigues me. Permit a team to decline free throws in the last 2 minutes of the last period or of any overtime period, and instead of shooting free throws, you get the ball instead. So declining free throws. So like in that situation with Devontae Gaines, Tennessee could have declined free throws and taken the ball instead.
Nah, we good. We good. Nah, we You ever been to the mall? Walking through the food court, and the lady or the guy is trying to give you samples, the food with the toothpicks in them, and everybody's been walking by, breathing on it, probably coughing, whatever. You don't know how long that food's been on that tray, and they're trying to give you something. They're trying to. No, I'm good. Is that what you're gonna do?
Apparently.
When someone fouls a free throw shooter that you're not confident in?
Yep.
I don't like it, though.
Give us the ball.
We're doing too much.
I kind of like it.
It's doing too much.
I kind of like it. Again, just 2 or 3 more. Eliminate offensive basket interference after the ball hits the ring would make the rule consistent with the FIBA rule. Adjust the traveling rule to allow a player to take 2 steps after lifting his pivot foot, which would make moves such as the spin move, Euro step, and step back shot legal. And then the last one, eliminate the 5-second closely guarded rule.
No, man. That's part of the game. It's part of the game. You can't be sitting there dribbling the air out the ball when someone's D'ing you up. You need to award the defense for playing good defense. If a defender is able to keep a man in front of him and not allow someone to drive past him for 5 seconds, come on, man. Come on. Give the ball to the defense on that one. So
I'm with you.
I don't like that one.
Traveling rule or offensive basket interference? Eliminating offensive basket interference?
Yeah, the ball hit the rim.
I'm cool with that.
But then
it would allow for more putback dunks.
Yeah, but then you're going back to the replay. You're going to the headset probably more too to determine,
Wouldn't you go less though if you just eliminated it? Because then you wouldn't have to go see.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
It's just one less thing the refs have to worry about.
Yeah, I'm lukewarm on that. I'm lukewarm on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent. You'd only have to look for the defensive goaltending.
Yeah, what's the
adjusting the traveling rule?
Don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't care about it either.
What was before that one?
The declining free throws
Oh,
and the
yeah.
offensive
No,
basket
I
interference.
don't like
What about
that
the
one
10-second backcourt rule? Eliminating it.
No. I mean, you can't be back there dribbling all day. No, man. No, you need to advance the ball. Does defense even matter anymore? Does defense even matter anymore to people?
It does, but the people who are not playing, the people who are in suits, care more about offensive outbursts.
Man, we need
to
tone it down a little bit, man. Need to respect defense. In basketball, I mean, it's not like it's defensive players like it is in football, but no. We need to reward these guys who are playing really good defense. Man, those rule changes potentially seem like they were very well thought out. A lot of time put into that. They put more time into that until, in the rule changes than Will Wade stuff at LSU.
If I'm not mistaken.
How is Will Wade still coaching and y'all coming up with all this stuff?
If I'm not mistaken, colleges present potential rule changes and then the NCAA considers what they want to consider.
What did the NCAA consider when everybody was presenting proof that Will Wade was out here doing what he wants to do?
Will Wade wasn't the only one, Swaino. Will Wade was not the only one.
Just saying, man. I ain't getting off of that. I'm tired of mentioning it. I know it's annoying for other people to hear because I'm tired of even saying it. NCAA sure is doing a lot of stuff, a lot of prepping, a lot of planning, a lot of brainstorming. Still no answer about Will Wade. Interesting. All right, let's go back to the phones. Wow. Okay, it's lit up over there. Let's get to Don. Don, good morning.
Hey guys.
Hey, good morning, sir. Happy Friday to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Well, just running to, I really call about something else, but real quick on some of these rule changes. The one that you just kind of went on by, and then you talked briefly about her, but you're just talking about no defense. I like the idea if defense creates a tie-up, they get the ball.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I mean, that's rewarding the defense. And this alternate possession, especially late in the game, and you just give it right back to the offense. I think that they need to be rewarded for that.
Yep, creating a jump ball is viewed as a positive for the defense and a negative for the offense. So I love the idea of giving them the ball. Kind of reminds me of a fumble through the end zone in football.
Yeah. Another one you was talking about was the 2 steps, et cetera. Well, a lot of them do it anyhow. The rest are just a little bit inconsistent on whether they're going to call it or not.
Oh, everybody's going to try to blame James Harden.
You give them 2, they're going to take 4, man. Something you said there a while ago was that about Pete Maravich.
Yes.
Did I understand what y'all say that he wouldn't score 43 in today's game?
I did.
I thought you did. Now he'd score 60. He did that without a 3-point shot.
There's not a single player at 18 years old in the history of basketball that would average 43 points per game in today's college basketball in the SEC or any big conference.
You ever seen him play?
I've seen highlights.
The one thing he could do better than score was handle the ball. Never seen anybody before or since can handle the ball like him. Nobody. He was, and I'm no big LSU fan. Wasn't even a big. I was tickled to death when they would play UT and Billy Hahn would lock him down. You know, he'd leave here with about 19, 20 points and be real sad. You know, but the guy was something else. It's just I've never seen nothing like it. Think about Michael Jordan, but with more volume. I guess you'd say more volume shooting. Now he did get to shoot all the time, but you know, Daddy made sure he gets the points in. But I mean, people that covered the sports people. I mean, it was an absolute circus zoo trying to just get in to see him anywhere he went. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
I wonder, Don. I wonder, how a guy like Wilt Chamberlain would handle playing in today's game and Kareem playing in today's game because they were so dominant. And that debate is always hard because you're talking about different eras. And
sure, it's just like football.
And the competition is different too. So, you look at Wilt scoring 100 points over folks. I mean, how was the competition? So I mean, that's always a really interesting debate right there. Don, we got to run. We got two more callers, and then we got to get to Josh Heupel here at 9. So and then we got to take a break in there too. So thanks for the phone call. Next is Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning. Turkey Man. Turkey Man. Where you at, Turkey Man? All right, who's next?
Rusty.
Rusty, good morning.
Hey, guys. How y'all been?
Hey, Rusty, good to hear from you, man. You been on vacation this whole time?
I'm so sorry, y'all. I work till 4 a.m. like 4 nights a week. I work 12 hours, and I'm never up this time of day. But I just happened to be today and wasn't gonna miss the interview when Ben tweeted it. And I've been wanting to call in since the news came out. Ben, congratulations, man. So happy for you. Love seeing you on there.
Thank you. I really appreciate the kind words, my friend.
On the new gig.
I really appreciate that.
You bet, man. It's a pleasure to have you on there. You're doing good work too.
Thank you.
And you're doing a good job modding. I was in a thread the other night where guys were talking politics, and I'm just pouring a little bit of gasoline on the fire because I don't give a damn in either way. So I was just trying to get them riled up, and then finally, I think you're the one that axed the thread. But it was not me. It was an hilarious night, and I know it was driving you crazy, which made me enjoy it.
I have no axing thread ability. That is not me.
That wasn't you. That wasn't you took it out of there.
No, I will not be deleting any threads. I'll leave that to the people at the top of the totem pole.
That's the next promotion, Rusty.
I'm just a silver. Right. I'm just a silver member. Remember, I'm just a silver member. I'm not even a gold member.
Next promotion, he'll be deleting threads. You wait.
Damn silver members. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what. If CMAC goes on there and makes fun of me for asking a special teams question, I'll delete that thread though.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's happening because I will text him in a minute and make sure it happens. Okay, so new rules. Love widening the paint. Trying to keep people from clogging the paint. I wish they would add more. Make the arc bigger for charges because I'm sick and tired of seeing every ref call a charge anytime anybody's near driving to the basket. Which I hope that's part of the widening the lane plan. The 5-second thing, Swain. If you're dribbling, you can't get called up for 5 seconds anymore anyway. They took that rule out like 3 or 4 years ago. As long as you're dribbling, there's no 5 seconds. The only way you can get 5 seconds is once you've picked it up and they trap you.
The referee. When did they change it? Because
is that what I'm understanding, Ben?
Well, I mean, I've been seeing referees count. When a defender is close to the ball and holding the ball. I've seen them. That's
the rule right now. Once you pick it up and you hold the ball and the defender's on you, that's when they start to count. But if you keep dribbling and they're on you, there's no count.
Yeah, if they have enough space in between them. But if you're up on them, And I don't know the exact space.
I promise, Wayne. I promise.
Yeah, I have to look it up, man.
As long as he's dribbling, it doesn't matter how close you are. As long as he's dribbling, you don't have to be trying to go to the basket. You can even back yourself into one of the corners, and as long as you're bouncing the ball, the 5 seconds is not in play. As of right now, I mean, that's the rule as we speak. It's been the last 3 years. They changed it for some reason, because my whole life, if you were getting crowded, the 5-second call was on no matter what you were doing. I promise.
Yeah, you can. When you get the ball, you can hold it for 4, dribble for 4, hold it for another 4. That's kind of what I'm used to, and I have to look that up, man, because I've seen the referees indicate or there's space in between the defender and the ball carrier, so he didn't start the count, and I've seen him where the referee is counting while the defender is guarding the player. But I have to look it up, man. You might be right, Rusty. You might be right. I don't like eliminating that rule though. I think you should award the defense for playing really good defense. Close up on the ball carrier, but ball handler for 5 seconds, man. 5 seconds is a long time. Award the defense. So I looked that up, Rusty. We'll get to the research department team. Get back on that one. We'll talk to Josh Heupel, head football coach of Tennessee. First time here in the Swain Event. So we'll make sure we'll roll out the red carpet or the orange carpet in this case for Josh Heupel. Stay with us. Tell a friend. Tweet the link. Heupel is coming up next. Stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam, where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com. More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com.
Good morning, Swain Event family. As you already know, I'm your go-to realtor when you are considering buying, selling, or investing in East Tennessee real estate. But did you know I can help all of you listeners in other parts of the country? No matter where you're listening from, there's a good chance I have several Keller Williams real estate partners in your area. I've developed relationships with realtors I know I can trust to help you with your needs. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. And joining us via the Irish Networks hotline, head football coach of Tennessee, Josh Heupel. Coach Hype, good morning.
Good morning. How we doing?
Great, man. Great. Thank you for joining us this morning. I know you having busy meetings and strategizing. Got practice coming up tomorrow, so just appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. You know, we're coaches are off and running here and taking a quick break from staff meeting, get a chance to go out and scrimmage again tomorrow with second scrimmage and ready to roll.
Coach, I've been wondering this for weeks now. I watched the bowl game, your bowl game, and got a chance to check out the offense. And I was keeping up with Marcus Tatum, former Tennessee player, and watched the game between Central Florida and BYU. And I was at the Missouri game in 2017. I left there real sad and really embarrassed because your offense dropped 50 points. But when you were at Missouri in 2017, I did not see the same offense that I saw during your time in Central Florida. And you've traveled. You quarterback at Oklahoma, been offense coordinator multiple stops. At what point did you say, all right, this is the offense we're going to do? Because I did not see this offense currently at Missouri. When was that point that you made that decision, and what led to that decision to run this offense that you currently run?
This really is a lot of the same things that we were doing at Missouri. Now there's some differences as well, and that really comes from just your personnel. At Missouri, we were heavy 11 personnel, and that was based on the tight ends that we had and maybe the depth at wide receiver that we didn't have. And down at UCF, we played in 11 personnel probably this past year half the time. Our first year we played in it majority of the time. This past year we were in four wide-out sets 50% of the time, I guess, about that. And that was based off of our personnel. And I think you always look at your end result of what you're trying to do, and then you work backwards from that. It's based off of your personnel. That's going to dictate some of the schemes that you're able to run. But what your personnel does well, you got to adjust to them and put them in a position to have success. And so, what we're doing this spring is trying to find out, who are our players that are going to play at a championship level. They're going to compete the way that you have to, that we can trust, that have earned an opportunity to play. We're going to continue to put in our base structure of what we do, and then as you move into training camp and get ready to start game planning, then you make sure that you put them in the right position to be successful.
Coach, just following up Swain's question about your offense, kind of the two unique things about your offense is the wide splits and the up-tempo pace. When did you kind of settle on wanting to go as fast as your offense goes and the wide splits, and why is it so important that you do implement those wide splits?
The splits is just putting pressure on the defense, making them defend every blade of grass that's on the football field. You're going to put guys in conflict. You're going to create one-on-one situations, and then you give your offensive players an opportunity to go win those one-on-one situations. Everything is personnel based and trying to find the right matchup and put guys in a conflicted position on the defensive side of the football. Got into some of that just as we had a young quarterback at Oklahoma and was struggling seeing and reading some things from the young quarterback perspective. Started spacing things out a little bit more, clearing the picture for him, and he had some success with it. And we also found just the issues that it presented for the defense. And tempo is going to be a portion of what we do, and it's a big portion of what we do. Once you get things going, you want to apply pressure to the defense. Tempo is a tool to do that. I think it's got a chance to change the landscape of maybe some mismatches that you have, in particular up front. I think you can create an advantage for your offensive line. It's absolutely critical that while you're playing with tempo in 4-minute and a half situational football, that you're able to do that too. And so there's some unique things that we do playing from a huddle as well that give us an advantage to do a great job of finishing a half, finishing a ball game the right way. And I think you look at our track record, that's going to speak to that.
Josh Heupel, head football coach here on the Swain Event. recruiting. So many people, so many fan bases, they're tied into recruiting. They know about, who you guys are targeting. They find out about the height, the weight, the speed. They know about the player's, girlfriend, the favorite color. I mean, recruiting is so intense now. And you look at the different recruiting sites, things like that, and those guys do a really good job of covering these recruits. One thing that I wonder is the start of the process for you, Coach, because you came in January, obviously behind the 8 ball there, but no one's making excuses. You just got to go and get it done. But behind the 8 ball, everyone knows that in a normal situation, when do you identify a guy in high school, what age, what year, and you say, okay, this guy can maybe play for us as a senior? How early are you guys starting that process to build that relationship with that player?
Well, recruiting is about relationship. It's time and energy poured into to a young person, and we got every tool here to help kids go achieve greatness in every area of life, on and off the field. And I think that's one of the unique things here. The passion, energy that surrounds our program. A portion of that is recruiting with our fan base too. So that's why I wanted to be here, man. This is one of the great traditions in college football. We get to put a new age approach on it, and we get to go compete and ultimately win championships here on the biggest and best stage. And I wanted to be a part of that. As we get deeper into our recruiting cycles, right? We have a lot of coaches that have ties and connections inside of our natural footprint, our recruiting footprint. So they have connections to high schools. As we're able to be out on the road, during the winter, during December and January months, during spring recruiting, you're going to see kids that are in the current cycle that you're recruiting. You're also going to find kids that are on the next cycle, but you're going to see some young freshmen that are no-brainers as well. So that process can take place at any time, really starting their freshman year, but certainly through their sophomore and junior season.
Coach, you've had a good number of spring practices, and you've had guys, be out because of quarantine. That's still going on. You got guys banged up a little bit, and you want to be careful. Coach, who on offense, who on defense for you has really stood out? Maybe it's one or two, maybe it's more. Who knows? But some guys on offense, guys on defense that stood out to you with their play being consistent out there.
For us, here's what I'm really thankful for. We've been really fortunate that we've stayed really pretty healthy, right? We haven't had many COVID issues here since we started spring ball. So we've had a good portion, if not all, of our guys out there on most days. And we've had an opportunity to go compete at a really high level. Our football team as a whole, they're learning the standards of how we're going to operate on the practice field, how we're going to communicate. They're learning how to compete, right? So our kids get graded every day on their effort, right? Playing snap to whistle, because I think that's the number one thing that you got to do. You got to play harder than your opponent. Mm-hmm. And they're learning how to pay attention to the details in what we're doing. So they're growing in communication, defensively, all three levels, offensively, 5 guys up front, quarterback handling the communication system, in particular when we're playing with tempo. They're getting so much better in their fundamentals and technique within those schemes. We've grown a bunch. A day ago, I thought our defense took the biggest step forward that they had taken, and they had been taking steps forward, but I thought some things clicked, and they played their best football. But it was a big jump from the previous day, and we've had good back and forth between offense and defense. There's been plays made on both sides of the line of scrimmage, which I think is important. If it's ever tilted one direction, you're probably in trouble. But our guys are competing at a really high level. I think they enjoy being inside the building. They enjoy the meetings. They enjoy the camaraderie between the team itself, and there's great energy and competition out on the practice field. So I like the direction that we're heading. That's a fundamental, foundational piece of who and what we got to be. There's guys all over the field that have really come on and are doing a really good job. Tillman at the wide receiver spots had, back-to-back big-time days. I think he's grown a bunch in what we're doing offensively. Have some young backs, Jabari Small in particular, that's shown some special traits at the running back position, like what he's doing. Walker Merrill at the wide receiver position had a really good spring for a true freshman. Defensively, I think our secondary's played really well, playing with great technique and effort and energy. Pat Garland at the linebacker spot had a really good spring. He's continuing to come on here. Excited to see the scrimmage from his perspective tomorrow. But we get one more opportunity tomorrow to go inside Neyland Stadium, play with great effort and energy, and get one day better.
Coach, you talk about taking a jump from one practice to the next, and tomorrow will be scrimmage number 2 of spring practice. What improvements, what jumps are you hoping to see from your football team from scrimmage number 1 of spring to scrimmage number 2?
Yeah, we try to make practice like a game, right? But you still have certain periods where it doesn't flow quite like that. So tomorrow, coaches are on the sideline. Everybody's got to operate and function out there in space. Both sides of the line of scrimmage got to reset from one play to the next. The ability to hear the whistle, get your eyes back, get the signal, line up on offense formationally, defensively, see the formation, adjust, communicate all 3 levels, be on the same page, make sure that we have gap integrity, play with great effort and energy, and go and chase the football and tackle well in space. So those are some of the things that we want to see on both the offensive and defensive side tomorrow.
Coach, how do you manage and balance when you make a personnel decision with any guy, any position? It could be quarterback, it could be receiver, defense, where you have 2 guys or 3. One makes big plays, but maybe gives up plays too, turnovers, mental errors. But physically, he can make better plays than the other 2 or the one. How do you make decisions? How do you balance that decision on maybe on personnel moves? Maybe which guy to go with. The guy that's more of a home run hitter, but it's going to give us more, some make more mistakes, or the guy that's a little bit more consistent, but may not be the home run hitter.
In year one, but this is true every year too. You don't come out of spring ball with a finalized depth chart, in my opinion, and our staff feels the same way. There's so much growth that happens in May, June, and July with the players physically. Their ability to change their bodies and get themselves prepared and be a different player by the time they come back to training camp. Their ability to understand what you're doing schematically on both sides of the line of scrimmage. They have an opportunity to grow so much as they get another install during the course of the summer. They get an opportunity in strength and conditioning to change their bodies. They come back a completely different player if they pour 100% in every day. And so, for us right now during spring ball, kids get graded, right? They move up and down as far as which group they're working with and competing with during the course of that day. It's a very fluid situation. You look at the tape, you grade them, and they move up and down based on that. Every day we talk about the ability to reset, and that's part of having a winning mentality, is that you can just go play the next play independent of what has happened the previous play. And that's maybe good or bad with the previous play. And, our players are learning how to have that mentality, learn how to compete extremely hard every single snap and growing in that way.
Joined by Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel here on the Swain Event. Coach, next Saturday is the spring game. Have you all decided what the format for the spring game will look like? And if so, what will the format look like?
No, we haven't completely finalized the format of what that's going to look like. That's predicated off of how deep you are at the current situation. Who are some guys that maybe you're holding out, and how do you want to make sure that you're putting all your kids in a position to have a great day and go out and compete in the right way.
Last question, Coach. Christmas is always December 25th, but I got a second Christmas present. To start 2021. I got a poster of Neyland Stadium signed by you, thanking guys like me for helping build the place, and we really appreciate you sending that to the players that play here. Coach, When is the next present coming this way? I like presents, Coach.
The next present happens when you guys come back on campus. No, we it's important to myself, to our staff, that we welcome back the VFLs and former players here that have poured a lot of time, energy, blood, sweat, tears, in some ways, back into this program. It's important that this is the place that they built. I really meant that when I put that on the poster. They built this program. I'm fortunate that I get to be the caretaker of Tennessee football. It's a great honor. It's one that we're excited about. My family is excited about being here in Knoxville. This is a special place. That's why I chose to come here, and a big piece of that is the guys that have come before me. And so we want them back here as much as they possibly can. I want them on the practice field. Want them here pouring back into our players. I think it's important that our players see that this is a process and a journey that doesn't end, that Tennessee football is going to be a part of their life forever. Those are connections. We want that brotherhood of guys that played in your era or whatever era it is that you played here, being back here. It should be a place of great pride. It should be a place that your family gets to see what you did. And it's just important to me that we build that culture the right way. That's going to help with our current football team. It's going to help in recruiting as we create positive momentum that changes the game forever for Tennessee football.
Man, I got so many questions for you, Coach, but I know you are ripping and running, burning it on both sides. I don't even know if you packed completely or moved out of your boxes yet, hitting Knoxville and getting to know these players, implementing the culture, building a foundation. You got spring games. So I'm just very appreciative of your time that you gave us this morning. Thank you so much. And I just look forward to spending more time with you, being around the team, rooting for you. And if anything we can do to help, please let me know. Thank you so much for joining the show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys being on. Look forward to seeing you around the spring game. Have a great day, guys.
Sound good. You too. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. That was Josh Heupel, head football coach at Tennessee. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll come back, talk about Heupel's comments. You're getting used to being a football coach and answering questions. I can tell, man. He's getting more comfortable. I like it. I like it a lot. Looking forward to seeing what this offense is going to do under his leadership. It's been kind of fun to kind of see it transform and the excitement from the players on the offense side of football. I don't know how excited the defensive players are right now, having to play as fast as they are and line up and adjust and make these checks and make sure that they account for the splits of the offensive linemen and make adjustments. I don't know how excited they are, but offensive players certainly seem excited. Spring game next weekend. Josh Heupel's comments we'll talk about when we come back from break. Swain Event.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? A true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Wish I had more time. Wish we had more time. So many things we could talk with Coach Heupel about. Him hitting the town of Knoxville, getting a chance to experience Knoxville's best. Didn't even get a chance to get that in, man. Just so intrigued by the X's and O's.
I doubt he's done much exploring in Knoxville.
No, I mean, the first couple of months is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him, no doubt about it. But that's one thing that attracts coaches or keeps coaches, other than a paycheck. But Knoxville's a really good place to live. It's one of the best SEC cities, and Knoxville has a lot to offer. I remember when Rick Barnes was contemplating leaving, and how everybody was offering him free food and services, which I don't understand, because he can pay for it. Like he don't need any free handouts. But anyways, but this city is just it's special when it comes to just being a college town. So it's just so much stuff to ask Coach Heupel about, and the mornings are really when the coaches are super busy. They're doing their staff meetings, positional meetings. It's tough. So I just appreciate him. Very, very thankful. Thanks to Bill Clark for helping us out. Bill Martin for helping us out and getting that set up, for us. I know it's been hectic, especially with the new coach coming in. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Bill's awesome.
He really is. All right, let's get to the phones. Iris Networks hotline, 90 days, no payment for business internet, fiber, and voice. IrisNetworksUSA.com. Tremel, good morning.
Yo, what's up, man?
What up?
How y'all doing, man? I like the phone call, man. Pretty good. He seems like he's comfortable, man.
Oh yeah.
He's like chill. Real quick, because I know y'all want to get to the comments about it. Do we not think the defense will get better? I mean, just a little bit from going against this offense. I mean, when he was at Missouri, I like to say Missouri.
Boy, you country.
I feel like the
That's how my
talent
grandma
we have.
says it.
Country.
Missouri.
You drink buttermilk straight, don't you?
No.
Country.
But when he was at Missouri, you know what I'm saying, the defense, I think they win the East when he was there?
Not when he was there.
They didn't?
No. That was under who was their coach there for a long? Gary Pinkel.
When they
Oh,
first
yeah,
hit the
that
league.
was at the Pinker at the beginning. Yeah, that was at the beginning when they first
13
came in.
and 14.
Yeah. But so when he was there, did they have a decent record? I mean, against the top teams they lost, right?
Yeah, they were all right.
Right.
Offense was really good, but as a team,
the defense was their issue.
Yeah, it was all right.
Defense was the issue because they had like a defensive lineman that was good. They always had a good defensive lineman. They may have had a good linebacker. But I feel like our talent. The point I'm trying to make is I feel like our talent on defense is better than anywhere he's been. As far as wouldn't y'all agree with that? As far as talent goes, it's unproven talent, but it's talent. I just feel like the defense being a little bit more talented when they go up against other offenses, I think this could help them. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll slow down, right? Nobody's going as fast as us.
I'll push back on your comment about the talent a little bit, Tramel. I think the secondary has some talent. I think the edge position, outside linebacker, defensive end, however you want to describe it, it's more the outside backers, Byron Young, Tyler Barron, Roman Harrison. Like those guys, they have talent. But like the true defensive linemen, I question the amount of talent that Tennessee has up front.
Okay.
And that to me is a huge concern because you can't get pushed around as a defensive front.
That's what I was wondering about the defensive line.
There's a bunch of veterans there, but just because they're veterans doesn't mean that
don't mean anything. We've seen this. We've seen that turn many a times. Well, I guess that but I just was hoping. We're hoping that this could help. But if the defensive line getting pushed around, yeah, it's gonna be a long season. So the offense gonna have to put up like 50.
Yes. Now just because I don't think that there's a ton of talent up front doesn't mean that by the time the fall rolls around, the unit will be bad per se. I trust Rodney Garner to squeeze every drop of the lemon out of the lemon to make lemonade. I trust Rodney Garner to do that, but he has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Tramel, you were asking, the offense should just make the defense better, right? Because of the offense that they're going to be running, and iron sharpens iron, right? As you guys were talking, I was thinking about, all right, what's a team that runs an offense tempo wise or schematically that is very unique in a conference and really no one else runs. I start thinking a little bit about Georgia Tech. Even though we're going to run 11 personnel like Heupel talked about, we're going to run 3 wides. We're going to do it pretty much from personnel standpoint that everybody else does. But as far as like the style and the tempo and things like that, it is a little bit different. Georgia Tech ran this triple option, and you had to prepare for this one team, their style, this one game a season. But you were not going to play anyone like them any other week. And I look at Tennessee. And there's other teams that will go fast, but if Heupel hits, his, I guess the point of his offense or his goals, where his offense can handle going hyper speed, then they will be different than anybody else. They will be faster than everybody else. Everyone's going to go tempo, but no one's going to go as fast as Heupel if they do exactly what I saw Heupel do in that bowl game when he was at Central Florida. So, yeah, the defense will be prepared there, but I'm with Ben. Defensive line, and it's really important for this offensive line to play well. It's important for Glenn Ellaby to get everything he can out of this offensive line because they're going to be the ones that's going to help this defensive line get better. The defensive line, they can get stronger in the weight room. Mentality-wise, they can, get a clear understanding, have more of a buy-in to what Rodney Garner wants. Those are all psychological things that can happen and can improve. But the physical things, outside of getting stronger, is going up against an offensive lineman each and every day, banging as much as you can without hurting each other, because that's something that you have to manage and balance if you are Josh Heupel. How much is too much, but how much is not enough? This offensive line is going to be very, very important because they're going to be the most responsible for getting these defensive linemen prepared to play in the SEC week in and week out.
I do think to answer Tramel's overall question, because I pushed back on a little comment that he made about the defense having talent at all three levels. I don't think that's the case.
They do, just not enough.
Yes.
It's just not enough.
That's the positive way to say it.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. But to Tramel's overall question, the offense going at the pace that it is in practice, will that help the defense? Yes, it will. Because if Lane Kiffin in the Ole Miss game, Eli Drinkwitz in the Missouri game, if Kentucky's new offensive coordinator, if all of a sudden they want to go tempo, the defense has seen it. They would be able to adjust if they need to. So I do think overall it does help that the defense is going up against this kind of different style of offense. That way, if another team throws it at them, they've seen it plenty.
Let me add this then. It's going to help. I'm not saying it's not a question of whether it is or is it not. It's going to. Mm-hmm. But let me add something else. The tempo can be a neutralizer sometimes when the talent is not even. So you may have a talented defensive lineman that on a normal day would beat the offensive lineman one-on-one for 4 quarters. But adding the tempo, it gives the less talented offensive lineman more of a chance if the more talented defensive lineman is huffing and puffing. Well, our offensive line has to do a really good job of beating the defensive line and winning matchups and sharpening the iron, just not because of the tempo. Because you're going to play teams that's not going to rely on tempo to beat you up front. You're going to play against offenses that are going to go slower than us. What are you going to do then? Are you going to win from a technique standpoint, even though you're going to have more of your oxygen in your lungs? You're going to be able to breathe a little bit better because you're not going to be as tired. This offensive line, this offense is going to help our guys as far as getting lined up with conditioning and things like that. But from a technique standpoint, are we able to win battles, whether it's one-on-one in drills or doing half-line stuff, where it's not about tempo? It's about mano a mano. It's about technique. It's about
winning your individual matchup.
Bingo.
And that's ultimately, even though football is such a team sport, team success comes from individuals winning their individual matchup.
So, yes, the tempo will help the defense. But it's important for guys like Javonte Spraggins in one-on-one situations to just be giving dudes the business to help them improve.
Which he does.
Yeah, so
I love Spraggins, man.
Yeah, I do too. Man.
He's a dog.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
He's a mini Trey Smith.
Yeah, I like Spraggins, man. I really do. I'm so glad he's here. What a find by this previous staff. Probably their best find. Yes. You talk about Roman Harrison. You can look at Spraggins. Jimmy Holiday may turn into one of those guys. Just a great find.
Slaughter.
But yeah, man. Like,
shoot.
Spraggins had to come to camp to get an offer.
Yeah.
Roman Harrison had to come to camp to get an offer.
Yeah.
I mean, those two guys I probably would put above everybody else because them dudes got an offer from game film being at their high school in their hometown. Like, Roman Harrison and Spraggins had to come get theirs.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another one, Jalen Wright. That's a good find by that staff as well. Not a guy that had to come to camp to get an offer, but a guy that
it's a good find.
Did not have – if they didn't have other SEC offers and they become legitimate SEC players, to me that's a good find.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this staff previously, they've had their faults, no doubt about it. That's why they're not here. But not everything they've done has been wrong, man. They've left some talent there, but because of the situation, they've also caused Tennessee to lose a lot of talent.
The cool thing about
indirectly with their actions or directly with some of their guys calling players, getting them to leave.
Right.
But I won't go there.
Hey, yeah, we won't. Let's be positive for a little while. But the cool thing about Spraggins also is Tennessee reached out to Miles McVay, a top 100 offensive lineman who is from the same high school as Javonte Spraggins there at East St. Louis. So maybe not only does Javonte do wonders for Tennessee on the field, but a little connection off the field help get another big-time offensive lineman coming in.
Batter up. Sorry, man. I just had a Nelly flashback.
You're in a baseball mood today.
You know, like basketball, you like playing. We're playing basket. Curtis Blow.
All around the world.
That's the basketball anthem. I'm trying to think of a baseball one to get me going for the baseball series. But for me, it's Batter Up Nelly, man.
That's a good one. For me, when I think of like a baseball song, I think of Center Field. You probably never have heard that song, but I don't know who sings it. But
what genre are we talking about?
I don't even know the type of genre. It's by John Fogerty. It's like a band singing a song about baseball.
So when I go
it's
to
considered rock.
Okay, that's probably why. Yeah,
and it talks about baseball.
So I need a good baseball song. I know y'all listen to different music out there. What's a good baseball song out here?
Batter Up's a good one, as you pointed out. Center Field is my favorite baseball song. Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Duh.
Great baseball song.
But it ain't crunk though.
There's not many crunk baseball songs.
We are talking about baseball.
Like Batter Up from.
We are talking about baseball, right?
Yeah. Shut up.
Thank you, man. You put it on T for me. Like T-ball.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I know, right? Swain Event. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Good morning, Swain Event family. As you already know, I'm your go-to realtor when you are considering buying, selling, or investing in East Tennessee real estate. But did you know I can help all of you listeners in other parts of the country? No matter where you're listening from, there's a good chance I have several Keller Williams real estate partners in your area. I've developed relationships with realtors I know I can trust to help you with your needs. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Home service problems occur, even at the most inconvenient times, like during a health crisis. And Tiller is always here to help you 24/7. As people are social distancing and staying at home on workdays, it's an easier time to take care of home maintenance items that you feel are necessary. And we've put new safety precautions in place, like wearing gloves, avoiding physical contact, new sanitation protocols, and limiting time in your home. We're here for you.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Oh, I'm ready, man. I'm ready now. I'm ready for some Tennessee baseball now. Ben's bumping that Nelly, batter up during the break on his phone. We can't play it. We can't play it on the show because there are restrictions and things like that in place. We are rule followers here on the Swain Event. We don't break the rules, at least intentionally. We don't do that here. We are rule-abiding citizens here. Let's go to the phones.
We've got Dave Tona and then C-Mac.
We can't say the same for C-Mac, that's for sure. Dave Tona, good morning.
What's going on, big guy?
What's up?
Another day. I was telling Ben, and this isn't a per se baseball song, but back when the Pirates were still relevant, when I was still living up there, the Pointer Sisters sang a song that was "We Are Family," and that was the song that the Pirates always played at the stadium and during the World Series and kind of adopted. But it's not a baseball song. I don't think it even mentions baseball.
No, it's not.
No.
Talks about being family.
Yeah, no. Is that when Barry Bonds had a normal sized head?
Yeah, that's when Barry Bonds was definitely a lot smaller than he was before he started drinking some kind of juice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, protein shakes.
Yeah.
Before he had a head like a pit bull.
He must have drunk a lot of them protein shakes, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, guys, I hope tomorrow the practice goes well. I hope we find out a little bit more about our quarterbacks. I'm excited to see about that kid from Winter Park committing yesterday. That's in the same area where my grandson goes to school. It's actually, he lives in Winter Park, but he doesn't go to Winter Park. He goes to another school there. So hopefully some of those recruiters stay in that area, and possibly my grandson may have a chance.
We'll look forward to it, man. Tennessee coaches having a tie down there in the Orlando area, and man, they should. They were down there for 3 years, so it's always tough to recruit in Florida, and Tennessee traditionally hasn't, brought in game breakers from that state. But we've had our contributors. We've had our players that have been instrumental in good seasons, but how much time will be spent down in Florida is the question. I doubt it's going to be a ton, but when you have a relationship, you should definitely play towards it and try to take advantage of it. All right, Daytona. Appreciate that phone call, man. Hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, we are family. I don't think baseball when I hear that song, but it is a great song, and it's a song you listen to any time of the day. It's a classic. All right, who's next?
All right,
C-Mac. C-Mac, my man. Good morning.
Good morning, Swain.
What's up, man?
Good morning, McKee. Hey, man.
I apologize. I need to apologize to you. We didn't get a chance to ask Hypo about hyper speed. I didn't get a chance to ask. I promised you I was going to do it. I have to ask him off the air.
Swain, it's all good. It was the first interview of many, So the initial one, no worries. We still got time. We haven't even made it to summer camp yet. So we got time, and it's hypo speed, not hyper speed.
My bad. Hypo speed. Let me get it right. Hypo speed. Yes.
And hopefully, he can coach up a good hypo drive to win a game versus, one of these big uglies in the SEC. But, hell of an interview this morning, guys. Incredibly great interview. The couple of times I've heard Coach speak, he sounds very comfortable, very relaxed, and, in his skin. So, that's very pleasant. And, McKee asked some really good questions, too. So, damn good interview. I do want to address a couple of things from earlier in the show, though.
Okay.
First and foremost, can we talk about the pistol again? Can we talk about the pistol? And I ain't talking about the offensive set.
Are you talking about Pete?
You know something about a little pistol. I know that.
I let the awkward silence say that whatever I need to say for me on that response, Ben. Pistol Pete Maravich spent a little time in the great city of Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but he went to a little school called Broughton in Raleigh, where, that was the you look back at his career and his development, that was really where a lot of things kind of turned the corner. When you guys said that Pistol Pete wouldn't, do what he did in today's game, that's very hard to believe because, Maravich was so incredibly gifted and talented and, more importantly, creative. Definitely as, in today's game, a lot of kids ain't playing like defense.
When did Ben change his name to you guys?
Well, and also I said that
45.
he would have averaged 45 points per game.
Yeah, 45
I'm not
points.
saying that he would not be great. I do think he would be great, but there is not a single human on this planet. LeBron James at 18. Michael Jordan didn't do it at 18. Kobe, if he was a freshman in college, if he had played college ball, nobody
He's averaging
40-something
points.
averaging 40-something points a game in today's day and age of college basketball. Not happening. Nobody.
40 points.
So here's my thing with that though.
Tennessee couldn't even score 40 points in some games.
Hey, man. Well, you didn't add that in there.
All right. For one, neither LeBron nor Kobe played in college, so we're not even going to touch that. But we will touch on the fact that, in college, the worst that Maravich ever shot was 43% for an entire, 42% for an entire season across the field. He's almost making 50% of every shot he put up, and he was still going at an average no less than 43 points per game. So you're right. He wouldn't average 45. He probably averaged close to 55, 60.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll give you
I want to
that.
see a pit bull like Keon Johnson on Pete Maravich. Let's see what old Pistol Pete has
He'll
to do.
get smoked,
Then
man.
I want to see Pistol
he'll
Pete
get
go up
smoked.
against the Baylor Bears and all them pit bulls and see what happens. Again, this, my
43
opinion,
points per game.
43 points per game. I
Come
don't think
on,
y'all
man.
realize how ridiculous that is.
Not only that, but also when you throw in he's averaging at least 5 rebounds a game, almost 4 assists a game. You got a 7-foot dude in today's on today's team who can't get 2 rebounds a game.
Yeah,
So stop
7-foot
playing with
dudes
me.
didn't exist back in that day.
Hey, man. Why you got to throw shade at Uros? Leave Uros out of this.
Because I need some rebounds, Swain. That's why.
We just recruited some rebounds, all right? Leave Uros out of
Yeah,
this.
that's true.
His goal, his responsibility is not to get all the rebounds, okay? We recruited dudes to do that.
Not, more than two. Swain, Hypo asked, you asked Hypo about, his kind of his X's and O's, his splits and the difference between his time in Missouri and then down in UCF. And it made me think of something. What would like personnel like you and Meach do with those big wide splits? What kind of effect do you think that would have had on the way you guys are running back in the day?
Condition will be a whole lot different. Condition will be a whole lot different, man. We were told we had to run like gazelles and be in better condition when we had our new offense coordinator because we were going to rotate a lot of guys. And so, treating the floor like it's lava after a catch and getting tackled, getting up and getting the ball to the ref and then hurry up and lining up, that would be different. That would be something that we have to adjust to for sure. But we would do it because we want to catch more passes and play and show off what we can do. So we would do it.
Wow, no doubt. Last thing, in football, when you have like big time, matchups, number 2, number 3, number 1, number 3, what have you, a lot of times in football, they kind of give that game a moniker, like, game of the century or whatever. Is this going to be the closest that Tennessee baseball gets to something of that magnitude with this upcoming series with Vanderbilt?
It's a great question.
Yeah, the other really game that we play where the series is called something different than Tennessee versus X is the third Saturday in October. You know, I mean, that's they don't call the Tennessee-Florida basketball game anything, and they don't call the football game anything. Maybe you guys need to come up with something. You know, you like coming up with phrases and ideas. Maybe you should do it.
We might have to put something together. I sincerely hope they show out and show up, you know, over the weekend. And I think it's gonna be a hell of a baseball game. So I'm really excited about it, man.
I think we might need to wait though. Need to make sure Tennessee wins, and then you got to make sure that Tony Vitello is coming back.
Yeah, I hope this isn't the last Tennessee Vanderbilt series for Tony V.
Hey, you get him a few of those McDonald's bags, he can stick around.
Hey, man, we ain't talking about that.
I'm just saying, you know, drop him off a couple of McD's bags. Keep him, talk to your boy, Mr. White. You know, tell him, give him that McDonald's bag. Hey, man, once again, incredible interview, incredible show as always. One hell of a week. Let's have a great weekend, man. Y'all be easy and stay up, all right?
I'm loving that idea. See what I did there? Get off the phone, man. Get off the phone. Get off the phone, man. Get off the phone. Thank you for the love, my man. Hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for the phone call. Vol in Birmingham says he's pumped for tonight's game. Who else we got?
Turkey Man.
Turkey Man called back. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry, guys. I've been busy and all get out, and got a call I had to take. But by the way, before I forget it, before I hang up, Ben or one of you talk to me off the air about something. I guess something I need to ask, if that's possible.
Yep.
But anyhow, I was going to ask you guys, Smoky Stadium. I hear that Smokies is moving back to Knoxville. I know Ben was affiliated with Smokies and worked up there. I know it's a great atmosphere up there. I've done it a Friday night a couple of times up there. It's really cool. First of all, why haven't the baseball balls been able to go up there and do a tournament or do something that would show what's the area around about it, recruit more of what's available, you know, when they come here, things that we offer here in East Tennessee. And why is that not being utilized like that, Ben?
Tony played one game at Smoky Stadium each of his first 2 seasons. So they've utilized it a little bit. One got rained out, so that was unfortunate, and then they played another one the next year.
But what's going to happen to Smokies in that stadium if they move to Knoxville? What's going to happen there?
I don't know.
You know,
you have to ask the great people of Kodak what's going to happen out there.
I just wondered because it's cool, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a very nice stadium. I imagine they'll tear it down, or I mean, there's no need to have a baseball stadium out there if you got one downtown. I would imagine they tear it down.
Wow. And I was wondering about that. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and if you could kind of talk to me off the air just a second, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Can you give me 5 minutes till the end of the show, Turkey Man?
All right. I am.
What do you think they should do with that stadium out there, Swain?
Whatever you just said, man. Whatever you said. I agree with you. I don't know, man. They ain't using it. Why have it? All right, so we got some baseball song advice. Cheap Seats by Alabama. I don't know about that, guys. I ain't rolling with no band named Alabama. I don't want nothing to do with Alabama right now.
Nope.
Good song or not. I mean, I got a ad on Twitter from the University of Alabama. What is going on yesterday on Twitter? I don't want anything to do with Alabama. I'm tired of Alabama. I can't even watch the NFL draft without talking about Alabama. I try to enjoy basketball this season. Alabama. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Okay. All right. My favorite when we do this is always someone that's like, oh my gosh, Swain didn't know about Clearwater Revival? Really? Really? I asked you, do you know about The Last Dumb by Master P? You know about that? You know about that CD?
What?
Huh? You know about Mia X?
Nope.
Huh? You know about Silk the Shocker? Huh? Huh? You know about that? Exactly. Why? Because we different. It's okay. I wasn't raised listening to no rock and bands and all. I wasn't raised listening to that stuff, man. I was raised on R&B, hip-hop. That's it. Gospel. I get up in that hymn book. I was raised on that. But I ain't heard none of this stuff, man. I'm just not hearing this stuff as a grown-up. But my favorite's like, oh, my God, you never heard? No, man.
And those same people think it's
hilarious.
That it's silly that we listen to who we listen to.
I just think it's funny. Like
Do you know who Lil Baby is? Do you know who Future is?
I think it's great, man.
Do you know who Soulja Boy is? What about Drake?
I'm disappointed. I know who Soulja Boy is, but
he had a couple good songs. He had good middle school dance songs.
Yeah, one.
Yeah,
one. But no, I just think it's cool, man. That different folks from different eras listen to different things, but to assume that everybody listen to the same stuff everybody listen to is just crazy. Anyways, I'll be checking out some Creedence Clearwater Revival after the show.
No, you won't.
Make
Don't
sure.
lie to the people. You're not going to do that.
I got the link right here. I'm gonna click on it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna click on and listen to it for a
like
little bit.
10 seconds.
It'll be more than 10 seconds. I'm gonna listen to it and see what kind of vibe it got, man. I want to know if it got a little beat, got some up tempo music to get you pumped up for baseball. That was my question. Curtis Blow song, man, it give you a little bit of energy. It's up tempo. If this one is slow tempo, talking about baseball, that's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for up tempo. I got the link right here, Ben. Right here. YouTube link. I'm about to click on it. Don't be lying to the people. You know how you reporters like to do. Pushing out false narratives, Ben. It's not responsible. I got the link right here. Having lived in Louisiana and having personally seen Pete Maravich play on several occasions, the idea that he wouldn't average 44 points per game is laughable. He was a freak of nature. Oh, man, people. What freak of nature has – there's been a lot of freak of natures. Who's averaging 43 points a game today?
Nobody is averaging 43 points in a college basketball season in today's game.
Today's game?
He's not easily averaging 50 plus. Y'all have lost y'all's mind. It doesn't matter that I'm young and that I did not. Y'all want to say that I'm young? Y'all got old person bias. That's what I got to say about that. Y'all got old person bias.
And I said Pete Maravich is arguably the best SEC basketball player ever.
And I agree.
But to say he averaged 43 points per game today?
Nobody's doing that. That was my point in bringing up LeBron and Kobe. It's like even if they played at 18 a season of college basketball, they are not averaging 43 points per game. There have been freak athletes to come through college basketball the last decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and none of them averaged that many points. Nobody is averaging 43 points per game ever from now until the end of time.
Whether he can do it or not, it's not happening because you're not going to be allowed to do it.
Yes.
Like if you allowed, let's say Kobe played in college for one year, and the coach let him shoot every single time. Okay, maybe, but you're not allowed to shoot that many times or have an opportunity to average 43 points per game. That's what people are forgetting too.
Like Pete Maravich is a great basketball player.
He's
not
a
trying to
legend.
communicate that at all. I'm simply
freaking
saying
legend.
Nobody's averaging 43 points in today's game. Nobody.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it, man. I don't see it either. I don't see it in today's game. Not in today's game.
Just like nobody's ever going to score 100 points
in a legitimate basketball game ever again.
Hasn't happened since Wilt Chamberlain. Kobe was the closest. He was the closest, but
they took every ounce possible to get to 81.
Yeah, man. I don't see that happening again either. I don't see it happening. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Swain Events fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 3 powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Men, take care of you. You only get one of you. Take care of it. Self-inject at-home testosterone treatments are $135 a month for self-pay or covered by most health insurance. So if you are feeling tired, grumpy, you have a lack of motivation or drive, notice weight gain, loss of muscle mass, this all could be signs of low testosterone levels, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. There are 5 locations, Low T Center right here in Tennessee. lowtcenter.com to find the nearest location to you. Their telephone number locally is 865-392-1388. Hope you have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
At Hiller, we care about your family's comfort all year long. If you get caught without air conditioning this summer, we're offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work on your HVAC system. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
Smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first